This week, we chalk up another one of our 50 trails, this time with PLEAA and the Bighorn 4-Wheel Drive Club as they take us to one of the most dispersed areas in northwestern Utah. Next, Reece Stein takes us down to the deserts of southern Nevada to take a peek at the lesser-known and much more wild side of Las Vegas. After that, we join Utah's very own mountain men as they commemorate Jim Bridger's historic expedition. It's all floating your way right now. At Your Leisure is next. It happens again. 50 trails in 50 weeks. We're ticking off another one. Hi, everybody. Welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Chad Booth, and we are in Box Elder County in the northwest corner of the state at a place called Devil's Playground. What a marvelous place to play, and we're going to show you today. We are with members of the Bighorn Jeep Club, Utah 4-Wheel Drive Association, and PLEAA, the Public Lands Equal Access Association, and we are out here to discover what's happening in this part of the state. If you've never traveled here, you gotta come do it. In fact, we're gonna show you now how much fun you've missed so far.
Bighorn 4x4 Club is one of the oldest clubs in the state of Utah. We were established back in 1972 or 73, and we're fully up and running. Currently we have about 20 members, and we go from mild to wild. We have buggies, we have stock vehicles, family oriented, dogs, kids are all welcome, spouses. We go out, we have fun, we enjoy different activities. From today we ran pretty mild trails to the full-on buggies that we have. We run hardcore. Go down to Sand Hollow and run some of the hardest stuff.
The Sanders Fellswell has its beauty. The Arapian has its beauty. They all are different, and that's what I love about Utah. And if we can open this up here in the Box Elder County area, people go out and enjoy the outdoors. It just, if get kids involved, that's what I want to see.
Put a scratch in it yet?
Probably we'll find some scratches on it today.
Yeah.
2017 Dodge Power Wagon.
I've noticed you holding back a couple of places and didn't see you up in the rocks.
You kind of skipped out on the rocks. The trees were a little on the narrow side. Okay. This truck's kind of like me, full size.
We have some upgrades coming to this part of the trail, huh?
We do. PLEAA's been working for about a year and a half now to get a vault toilet installed here out at Devil's Playground. And it's about 2 weeks out.
About 2 weeks out. So by the time we get this edited on air, it'll probably already be here.
It's very possible. Yes, State Parks is involved, County Commission is involved. State Parks is who's generally funding the project, and that's nothing happens without that.
Where does that money come from?
We have what we call FIG grants, fiscal incentive grants. They come out several times a year, and you can apply for them. If you are a volunteer nonprofit organization and you have a 501c3 and you're working on public lands, you can apply for those.
So we're going to make our way from here down the trail. Glenn's got a lot of more stuff as trail leader to show us. Right now it's time for you to go to our Where To adventure for this week. All right, let's get moving.
Okay. I'm Reece Stein, at your leisure, in Las Vegas, Nevada. No, not this Las Vegas of the glitz and glamour, but this Las Vegas, the wild, the primitive, the scenic, and historic Las Vegas. Hard against the sprawling suburbs of Las Vegas, the Mojave Desert rims the valley, creating a drastic and spectacular contrast. Slashing through the southern mountains just minutes from the homes in Henderson, Sloan Canyon National Conservation Area provides an ideal desert experience.
Oh, it's a beautiful hike. It's got good elevation. It's somewhat difficult but easy.
Rated moderate, the popular Petroglyph Canyon Trail heads up the wash, gently at first, beneath frozen walls of black lava, past the occasional yucca.
It's a really easy hike in until you hit the dry waterfalls.
Now, the series of dry falls demands a progressively challenging bit of scrambling.
Scrambling up, trying to stay alive. The last one up was a challenge for me.
A challenge, to say the least, especially with knees and hip joints that have been around the block a few times. The trail definitely not ADA accessible, but the reward at the top of the last climb is impressive. An estimated 300 panels of rock art with some 1,700 individual designs reflecting native cultures from old to really old. And you might even run into an occasional resident hiding in the rocks.
And there's a lot of wildlife, some bighorn sheep right up there on the hill. I just saw about 15 of them.
Desert bighorn sheep like these are a frequent sight in the upper reaches of Sloan Canyon. The Cowboy Trail takes off from the wash just above the petroglyphs, over a saddle, closing the loop back to the original trail. It's an option for hikers who don't want to battle the scrambles up the steep falls. The loop makes it a 4.5-mile round trip, gaining 400 feet elevation. We did the hike early in the day, last May, before the Vegas summer temperatures start to get out of hand.
No, and I try to avoid the strip and enjoy this part of Vegas.
After your hike, make the short drive to the 7 Magic Mountains art piece. 7 stacks of local limestone piled up to 35 feet high. Each rock features a different fluorescent color. The unique works is 20 miles south of the Las Vegas Strip along I-15. Reece Stein at your leisure along the way in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Base camp is that-a-way. We're headed there right now. Commercial break. We'll have our What's New when we come back. Ho!
The name TuneX stands for Tune-Up Experts. We do everything from bumper to bumper. We are complete car experts. All electronics, braking systems, suspension systems, we have the technology to take care of those. Let us show you what personalized service is all about and how we could care for your automobile. And that's what we're here for, give you driving confidence.
If your family is like mine, normal vacations don't cut it. We'd rather blaze our own trails than follow the crowd. We'd rather run through the mud than stand in line. And we'd rather spend time together than with anyone else. We'd rather visit Marysvale, our home for family adventure.
It's time to get out and ride. During the Yamaha Get Out and Ride sales event, with as low as 2.99 APR for 36 months on every single Yamaha motorcycle, ATV, and side-by-side. Plus, amazing customer cash offers. See your local Yamaha dealer for huge savings. Then, get out and ride.
Get your new Yamaha at Stedman's Recreation. Ride hard, play hard. Stedmans.net.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, durability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. So no matter what boat you're putting on the water, put the power of a Honda behind you. Brought to you by these Honda Marine dealers.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody. We're with Anthony Lujan with our Smoke Ain't No Joke barbecue connoisseur. Dude, you can smoke. He knows what he's talking about. And we are obviously the best meat on the planet, which is Yardley's.
It's grass-fed.
It's grass-fed, and these guys know what they're doing. So what are we doing today?
Today we're going to be cooking up a Yardley tri-tip. So we're going to get that on the grill, and then we're going to cook it up, and then we're going to make a little special twist at the end with it. We're going to make a slider. So once again, Yardley does a very good job on prepping their meat. There's not a lot to take off here. Usually I trim off like silver skins and fats, but once again they did it
spectacular.
Yep, they're just a little bit right here, which is standard.
But that gives the flavor, right?
It does give flavor, but you want to take these big chunks off because they won't render down, and then you just kind of get a chewy little.
And you don't want to pull that out of your burger.
Exactly.
Or whatever, the slider. Yeah.
And then there's just a tad bit of silver skin here. Like I said, not much trimming needed, so we're good to go. What we're going to do is we're going to season this up with some of these seasonings that are available at any of your local barbecue shops. So let's actually start off with either one of the red ones.
Okay.
So we're going to start off with the all queued up.
All queued up. I love the name.
Big red beef.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And then
just go ahead and get.
Am I generous?
Yes,
with this?
exactly. Perfect. Yeah, we want to do both sides.
Oh, great.
Of the tri-tip. I want it laid on there good. So let's go with the other red one. So this is the Mississippi grit.
Okay. There we go. Make sure it's on pour.
We'll get that in there, and then we're gonna come in with the Jolly Roger. This is a charcoal-based type rub, and also it has a jalapeno kick to it. So it'll come out black.
Holy charcoal! Look at that! Isn't that fun?
And there we go. And then what we do normally is we'll let this sit on our countertop probably for 20-30 minutes. So let's go out and do something, and we'll come back to that and get it on. So we're gonna put this on the Chugger smoker. The Chugger smoker is running at 250 degrees. We're gonna get it on there. We're gonna use a ThermoWorks Smoke X to shoot for the target temperature of 120 degrees before we sear it off. So there we go, and let's go play again.
Okay. All right.
So we hit 120 is what we're going for on our target temperature of our tri-tip, and then we're gonna move it over to the hot charcoal grill to give it a final sear. And once again, we're looking for that finishing temperature around 135 degrees.
Okay.
So we'll pull that off there. Maybe you should hear a little sizzle.
Ooh, I hear it, and I can smell it.
We want to give it a flip, give it a minute 30 on each side, and go for our target temperature. So we got our target temperature. We're looking for that 135 to 140 mark. We hit it, so let's actually move it over here.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Once again, what did I say about butter? Butter goes great on everything, right?
You better believe it.
Why wouldn't it go great on a tri-tip?
I am so glad I'm not vegan right now.
So we're gonna take our knife, we're gonna separate the muscles. So we're gonna slice this one this way. So then this one, we're gonna come across the grain this way. Let's go this way for safety reasons. Right?
Oh, that's beautiful there.
We're gonna throw this together in a sandwich really quick though.
Oh,
let's not run away yet. There's a slider for you.
Take a bite out of it.
No, this is for you, Rhea.
Really?
I made it just for you.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Thank you.
Take it for a ride and tell me what you think.
Take it for a ride. I love that. Okay. Oh my gosh. Superb. Honestly, the best. How do we get a hold of, like, if these guys want to, everybody wants to know how you did this, do you have a website? How do we do
Just social media, Smoke Ain't No Joke Barbecue, or the Pitmasters Podcast on social as well.
Anthony, thank you so much. This has really been so much fun. And if you want to get a hold of this delicious Yardley's premium beef, go to AYLTV.com/beef, and you can order this in any quantity that you want. And don't go away, because we'll be back with some more at your leisure.
The Tri-State ATV Club is a off-road centered club in Hurricane, Utah. We're an organization that we like to have fun. We like to stay involved in issues that affect the off-road community. We like to do service projects. One of the best things that we do is the Tri-State ATV Jamboree. We meet every month, and we have over 1,000 members.
When you fill up at Eagles Landing, you're doing more than fueling your vehicle. You're fueling the local community. Eagles Landing is committed to serving the communities they live in by supporting local students, first responders, and veterans through scholarships, charities, donations, and events. Eagles Landing, with you for the long haul.
Discover new horizons in Millard County. Stand at the edge of the earth on Notch Peak, the second highest sheer cliff in North America. Explore the vast expanses of the Pavant Mountains with an off-road adventure on the Paiute Trail. Take a step back in history with a visit to the Territorial State House in Fillmore. Or try your hand at archaeology, digging for prehistoric fossils. Millard County, the heart of your Great Basin adventures.
Safety tips with Steve.
Today we're going to talk about off-camber riding. Off-camber riding is the most likely place when people will roll over an ATV. Position your body on the uphill side of the machine. Even if your tires come off the ground, keep your body weight on the uphill side of the machine. This will help keep you from rolling over.
Safety tips with Steve.
Well, this is your base camp. Welcome back to At Your Leisure. The only gas pump for 30 miles is right here in this town. We are at the little town of Grouse Creek. Now, from this particular location, you can go explore practically any direction you want. You can head back towards the lake, back towards where we came from. You can go to the west. You can go up north. There's a road that'll take you within 2 miles of the City of Rocks, which is a worthwhile thing to check out if you've never seen it before. In fact, we might just do that. But let's find out how you spread a base camp out between two towns that are 30 miles apart. Let's first check out Grouse Creek. Follow me. If you need lodging here in Grouse Creek, you'll find it. The Gone Country Country Store has all your basic essentials. You've got a room, one room that's available here. They do have a few RV sites, but you can get your supplies if you're doing dispersed camping out there. You can get ice, you can get snacks, you can get propane, you can get those essentials you need, and you can fill up your gas tank.
All right, so at the Gone Country Store, we've got Gatorades and sodas, ice cream, electricity, Wi-Fi. That's a comfort. Snacks and stuff like that. We've got friendly faces to meet and greet, and just, it's an all-around good time out here, honestly. It's a peaceful place to be.
Nothing better than a drumstick after a day on the trail.
If you need more creature comforts than that, well, we got a little drive in front of us. I'll show you what I mean.
Well, there are a few places to rent, some camping spots. We rent a house or two for folks who want to come and stay for a few days. There are a few places, but mostly it's more of a type of a remote type camping. The closest main grocery store is in Burley, Idaho. It's about 70 miles away, and there's a good supply of various things there in Burley. There is a small store in Oakley, which is about 40 miles away from here as well. Well, if you like wide open spaces, Grouse Creek is the king of wide open spaces. And we think there's some unique and interesting things to see. In the area, you could go from salt flats to an alpine type meadow, all easily within the day, and not see many people on your trip while you're doing it.
While we're making our way out of Grouse Creek and back to Devil's Playground, we're going to show you something we found along the way just a few miles east of here.
The famed mountain men of the Old West. Hunters, trappers, and explorers who sought out adventure and were determined to survive the dangers of the wilderness, or die trying. This included men like Kit Carson and Jedediah Smith, but maybe none more famous than Jim Bridger. In 1824, Bridger traversed the Bear River in an attempt to see where it would lead. Nearly 200 years later, the mountain men of today are attempting to recreate that exact same journey.
We're out here today following the footsteps of Jim Bridger. They were talking about this river and wanted to know where it went. Now Bridger, he was a young man at that time. He was only about 19 years old. First time up into the mountains, and he wanted to prove himself to the other trappers.
He was in a bull boat, like what you see over here, and he floated from Cache Valley all the way down to the Great Salt Lake. When he got to the Great Salt Lake, because of the saltiness, he assumed that he had found the Pacific Ocean.
Despite not actually finding the Pacific Ocean as a young man, Bridger went on to have many more successful exploits that led to his notoriety as a famed mountain man. His legend has inspired many of those in the Mountain Man Association to follow his footsteps.
The American Mountain Man Association is a group of men that wanted to take and emulate the fur trade trappers of old and do things the way they did. We tan our own leather to make our outfits. We try to make everything we use.
That's what we do. We love the wilderness, we love the environment, we love history. So we take every opportunity we can to gather some good men, people you know that always have your six, that no matter what's going down, you're not going to be abandoned. If you have an injury, you're hungry, or you have any other need, somebody in this group is going to step forward. But we go out and not only survive, we thrive.
Just last night at our camp, we made camp and went out, hunted around a little bit and found fresh asparagus growing. So we had fresh asparagus for our supper, excellent meal, along with some very good steaks. Tonight we're having an elk stew with some more fresh asparagus.
But while these folks are living their best frontier life, they are no stranger to modern day problems. As the nearby areas become more populated, a proposed development plan for the Bear River has begun that would divert up to 30% of the river. This would change the landscape and environment drastically, which would make the recreation of this journey in its entirety an impossible feat.
This may be the last time that we're able to do this actual run.
The river, it's been kind of changing. We left yesterday and the river was about 18 inches higher when we left this morning. We woke up and it dropped 18 inches.
Well, it's an incredible environment, but it's changing, and change is inexorable. It happens.
Oh, it's so worth preserving. Those kind of places are getting fewer. We need to preserve what we have left before it's all gone.
We would like to do it again in 2 years on the 200th anniversary that it happened on. If things work out for us, we'll be doing it again then.
Of course, if the Bear River is preserved long enough to make it to the 200-year anniversary of Bridger's journey, there is one shared sentiment that is sure to bring this whole crew back to the water.
The adventure.
Oh, I love adventure.
The adventure, trying to follow the footsteps of those that gone before us.
We've seen lots of wildlife, the plant life that we've seen that you don't see in other places. It's been a good adventure so far.
The canoeing, it's learning a new skill on the canoeing. And I just love to do this kind of stuff. And on this trip, I have showed men how tough I am.
The next time you're looking to scratch that adventurous itch, take a page from the Mountain Men Association and look back toward the legends of the past. Along the way at the Bear River, I'm Nick Chase.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, durability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. So no matter what boat you're putting on the water, put the power of a Honda behind you. Brought to you by these Honda Marine dealers.
Oh, there's a lot of beautiful country. The white ledges you can see behind us are always beautiful, and we've run into some red ledges also. Every weekend in Kanab, when the weather's decent, we're loaded with ATVs and UTVs and everything to go out. It's a lot better if you go with a guide. These guides know what's there to see. If you just come out on your own, you're going to miss a lot of stuff.
Hey, babe, I'll be right back.
You all right?
I don't know. He only does this when we come to Jorgensen's.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We are in Grouse Creek. We've been exploring the hills out here with a whole bunch of our friends from different organizations, four-wheel drive organizations from northern Utah. And you are seeing a very historical, rare phenomenon. This is the original 1 horsepower ATV right here. But if you want to see the other model, right up there, they're like 7 early cow Asakis. Anyway, it's time for us to get away from monkey business, get to the real business of our show. We'll start with a look at next week's show. Next week, Kevin and Gina are taking the kids down to Escalante Canyon for a leisurely hike to witness what's possibly one of the most gorgeous waterfalls in the entire state. Then, if the season isn't warm enough for you yet, we'll show you a spot in Monroe where you can dig into some hot springs and relax your days away. Finally, we're giving you an update on the 360 Trails project located on outsiders.zone and show off what it's all about if you haven't visited yet. Now it's time to check out the sticker winner. This week's winner was submitted to us on Facebook by Jaquel Choquette. Congratulations, Jaquel, and I hope I said your name right. You've won a $400 gift certificate from Rifab. Rifab offers the best custom metal fabrication for your rig. Visit rifab.com for more information. Now, let's take a look at our trail of the week. This week's trail is the Dry Lake Wash Trail located outside of Green River, Utah. It has up to 60 miles worth of trail to spend the day on and enjoy the beautiful and scenic Green River. For more information on this trail or any other of the completed trails on our Trails 360 project, make sure you visit outsiders.zone. Well, we've just had such a perfect time today in northwestern Utah. All these different machines, all these different groups, all this fun together. It just shows you that outdoors is the place to be and we can all be there together. So let's take a roll call. Who here is with PLEAA? All right. Who here is with Tread Lightly? All right. Let's get a round for all the people that are with Utah 4-Wheel Drive. And finally, the Bighorn 4-Wheel Drive Club. All right. Just remember, you can get out and have these good times. You can join clubs and organizations like this, and it makes a difference on the ground, preserving our right, our access, and the quality of our trails. So remember, and we've proven it today, there is adventure around every bend. You just got to get out there, create your own at your leisure. Let's ride, guys. We got more peaks to climb.